Good afternoon, good evening there.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you.
you're welcome. How are you?
I'm well, ma'am. Who are you? What about you?
I'm very good. Busy. I'm like racing the time. Anyway, so how do you feel, Aneesh, with your English speaking? Do you think you have improved?
Yes, I think now little bit improvement.
Mm-hmm.
I have little confidence about some topic.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, but still I have a lot of mistake. I know, but
Mm-hmm.
I want to improve my grammatical error, and I want to collect a lot of ideas about some topic.
Mm-hmm.
So I think nowadays I collected some familiar topic related details.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to improve that one also. What do
Mm-hmm.
you think about my speaking skill? Because ma'am, I think 1 month, 1 month I done its speaking session.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
What
know.
about you feel? What you feel about my speaking section? Is
Well,
there any improvement?
yeah, well, for one thing, I know you've improved with your confidence. That's the main thing because even if you could speak really well without confidence, and when you get to face with your examiner and you are anxious and you get nervous and our ideas will not come out no matter how good you are, right?
Okay, ma'am.
But with
Mm,
this, with this, always practicing, it's like you've been with your examiner for every day and then on a regular basis. So
okay,
I'm sure when you are there, when it's your real test, it's less nerve wracking than when you don't practice like this.
okay, ma'am. Then which section I want to improve, ma'am? Means speaking section. How can I clear my mistakes, even grammatical error or
Yeah, one thing that I've noticed when you speak, you always slip with the ing. For
okay,
example, saying people are what's the best example? People are eat. I don't say that you said that, but just an example. You say people
okay,
are eat. Instead of saying people are eating, you say people are eat. So that's something that you need to know. You need to review your auxiliary verb and the infinitive verb. You can only use people are, and then you say, for example, people are tired, you know, people are
yes,
exhausted, people, you can only say that, but you cannot say like I said, people are eat, people are run, people are write. You can't say that. You should say people are writing, people are running. I noticed those mistakes. But
okay, ma'am.
I also, it's okay, it's easy to improve if you know the principles. So you have to
Okay,
really start with the principles. Is it how do you use those verbs?
okay, ma'am.
Okay, so we have Renjith, and welcome Renjith.
Thank you.
And us. Hi. Oh, Renjith, I want to ask you, I didn't give you feedback from yesterday. I supposed to give you on Messenger, but I was thinking maybe you don't really care. you, You speak well already, but of course slips are common. The same with me. So just let me know if you want some feedback or not, or if it's not necessary. You can just so.
Ma'am, I didn't check that. I'm sorry. I'll really look into that and get back to you. Also, I'm going to take the test on 10th of next month.
I see. That's pretty close.
7.
Yeah. Are you there?
Yeah, it would be on 7th of August.
7th of August?
Yeah.
Okay, do you want some exclusive practice on Messenger?
Yeah, it would be great if I get some class.
I mean, like 1 week before your test, we can do that.
Okay.
Okay? And maybe Aneesh wants to join. It's okay, even if he doesn't book his test yet.
Yes, ma'am. I want to join
Okay.
that section also.
Sure.
What's your convenient time?
I can take this time. So instead of hosting a practice for the bigger group, I can just use this for just us.
Okay.
So you can choose whether it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. If you choose 2 days or 3 days, so I'll just host 2 days for the bigger group. And if you choose just 2 days, then I'll host a practice 3 days in a week for the bigger group. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, I understand. So whenever we have a session, you skip the session with the other members.
Yeah, no worries. It's okay for them. They are not everybody can also really do it every day except Aneesh. So, and Aneesh will be with us. So if, for example, if you want Monday and Friday, then I'll just host for the bigger group Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And yeah, whatever days you want. If you want Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday that we have our practice exclusively, then I'll host for the bigger group the same time for the bigger group Thursday and Friday. It's easy for me to adjust like that rather than find another time.
Okay, perfect.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. Okay. So we can start now. I'm excited to start with my cue card if Aneesh is willing to give me some cue card questions.
Yes, sure, ma'am. Can you send the picture in your messenger?
That's awesome. That's a great idea, Aneesh.
Okay.
Hello, YouTube. I have 2 million people watching me. I'm joking. And 2 million likes. Okay.
Could you please check your messenger?
Yes, I get it, but it's kind of upside down. So let me edit so that I can see it.
Describe a mistake you have made. What it is, when you made it, how you made it, how you felt about it.
Okay, you included the answers too. That's pretty handy. Okay, I have somebody waiting in the waiting room, Livani Abisadzi, but the name doesn't ring a bell. Let me message first before I start with my question. Okay, let me see. Let me message first. Okay. Oh, it's done.
Okay.
Is Libani from this group? Okay, let me send it to 5 other groups. I have 6 groups that I've created. Okay, give me a minute, guys. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Okay, send it. Okay, now, okay, I need 1 minute preparation. Is that okay, Aneesh?
Okay, ma'am, sure.
Okay, describe a mistake you have made. Oh no, this is hard. Mistake, what is it? What? How you made it, how you felt about it. Okay, mistake. How you made it. Okay, is my time up now?
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna start. So I think it's normal for people to make mistakes, and over the years I've made a lot of mistakes. Some are really important mistakes and some are not that important. But if I have to talk about one now, it will be the mistake that I made during my IELTS practice with other participants. It was about commenting the word like. That I said that when you use like, you say you have to use a gerund after the word like. For example, I like, you should say I like swimming instead of saying I like to swim. And when I asked my husband, because I don't settle for just one confirmation of something, even though somebody, an ex IELTS examiner, told me that it's wrong to say I like to swim. I asked my husband, I said, okay, is it correct to say this? And my husband said, yeah, it's correct. It's okay to say, I like to swim. I like to go out. It's also correct to say, I like going out. I like shopping. I like cooking instead of I like to cook. But it's not wrong. It's not incorrect to say, I like to cook. So I felt so terrible to the person that I said that. So I went back, I got back to him. I said, oh, I made a thorough research about this. And actually, it's not wrong to say, I like to swim. It's always good like that. It's acceptable. So I think my time is up, Aneesh.
Yes, ma'am, time is up.
Okay. How did I do?
Yeah. Here I'm also checking time.
Okay.
Okay.
And now we have, so Renjith and Humayan will be partners, but I'll give you questions first, Aneesh, so you can choose which one do you prefer.
Part 3, ma'am.
Part 3.
Yes. Yes, please.
Let me pull out. You master that expression, yes, please. I love it.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know that before. I said, I would just say this, and then I don't know
Yes.
when did I learn that. I think I learned that from my brother-in-law. My brother-in-law is an American, and my sister got married with him a long time ago, and I think I said something, and he told me that you should say yes, yes, please, or whatever.
Okay. Okay, ma'am.
Part 3. Okay, part 3, here you go. It's about the thing that you buy, I think, or about buying. Okay, your first
Okay.
question. Did you?
Okay.
Okay, so what are your thoughts about the trend that people buy new things instead of repairing the old ones?
I think people are very crazy nowadays because they want to buy new product. Once they buy one new product, it will damage. They are preferably to buy that product in new. So I think it's not good because whenever we buy one product, sometimes it have some damages. So when we realize the damage, then we will take clear that mistake. After that, we can use that product. It will help to it will help to improve our financial aspect. Otherwise, when we go to the outside, then we buy new product, the same product and again, we lose our money unwantedly. So I prefer to buy a worthable product we can use again when that product will be spared, that will any broken, anything will happen, we can throw it, then we can buy new product.
Okay, so I'll just mention the model answer here. What are your thoughts about the trend that people buy new things instead of repairing the old ones? And the model answer is, I believe that it is leading to a lot of environmental damage. Our landfill sites are filling up the garbage. That's what means by landfill sites, garbage sites. As far as possible, we should avoid buying new things and get old ones repaired. That's the model answer. Just for everybody, just to give you ideas, guys. Okay, next question. What is the product which is consumed most in your country? Why?
The electronic devices are most consumed product in our country because a lot of people are addicted with the mobile phones. They want to update their self. So in market, any new product, any electronic device like mobile phone will come. Everyone should like to exchange that product because a lot of social platform will be available in our country. For instance, Amazon and Flipkart they'll give a lot of exchange offer. So whenever we buy one product, then they give they uploaded new other product in certain days. People wanted to buy that new product within reasonable price. They'll sold that mobile, then after that they buy new product.
Okay. Now, model answer. Well, in my country, it's diverse and it's difficult to name one product which is used the most. Many things are used a lot. Almost everyone seems to have a cell phone nowadays. So maybe you can say that a cell phone is used the most. So that's the model answer. I think your answer is like connected, related to it. Last question, Aneesh. Is increasing is increasing is increasing consumerism a good trend?
I think it is a good trend. However, it will create a lot of problems in certain people, but a lot of impacts will happen in this future, because modern people wanted to buy consumption of new product is good for their style, and they look forward in future, because people wanted to buy a new product. It will upgrade their self, and they will update their knowledge as well as their personal skill also. So it is a good thing to improve consumption in all over the world.
Okay. I think that's it. I'll give you the model answer. It's not very long. The answer is no,
Okay.
definitely not. So is increasing consumerism a good trend? And answer no, definitely not. It does add to the economy, but it is causing huge damage to the environment. Yeah, simple and direct answer.
Okay, ma'am.
All right, thank you, Aneesh. You did well.
Thank
Okay,
you, ma'am.
I'll give you some feedback on Messenger if you like. Now let's take,
Sure, ma'am.
okay, Renjith and Humayan. And then I'll take care of Soumendra, or maybe some participants will join in. Renjith and Humayan.
Hi, Renjith.
Hi, Humayan. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. What's with you?
Yeah, I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking. How's your Eid celebration? Is it started?
No. Tomorrow will be eating in our country.
Okay. So, which part will you pick to go?
Okay, so you may ask the part 3 question.
Part 3.
Yes.
Okay, I'll ask some questions about jobs. The first question is, what kinds of jobs do young people not want to do in your country?
Okay, so it's a really interesting question. As we are living in contemporary world, the time has been changing so fast, and people are thinking that it's the great change to digitalization. So in my country, it's going to be trend to informational and technological job. They often try to engage with the IT sector job. At the same time, there are lots of young people are educating to the software development sectors. So in my observation, I have found that there are lots of younger people are studying in computer science, as they are getting some advanced indication from different sites and also from different countries. If if they have engaged with that type of study, they then have option to technological job.
Okay. Is money always the most thing Most important thing when choosing a job?
Okay, so it's a debatable question for people. There's some portion of people. There's some people who are fond of earn money, and there are others percentage people are like to engage with social development, and also they are tied to development in different sector rather than earning money. So in my opinion, I think that it's not only the money people are looking whenever they have planned to switch the job. Basically, they try to match the job where they'll feel get some refreshment, and also they're looking for a good environment.
Okay. Do you agree that many people nowadays are under pressure to work longer hours and take less holidays?
Renjith, can you repeat please?
Do you agree that many people nowadays are under pressure to work longer hours and take less holidays?
Okay, so I have some observation based on the present job where people have to work for a long time. They have the situation by pressuring their higher management that people have to work in the job job whenever they are staying in office. At the same time, there's some characteristical job when they came back to home. They have to work out of the office. So I can feel it's depend on the situation. People have to work for a long time. Renjith.
Yeah. What is the impact on society of people having a poor work-life balance?
Okay, so it's really interesting question, and I believe it's the question based on the present situation, and it's a really crucial issues whenever the job pressure to the employer, whenever they are working with a lot of pressure, it definitely impact to the family bonding. At the same time, I believe it can directly hit at the caliber of any personal or individual. It can directly hit at the efficiency of the any employer. For instance, there are some countries who have negotiated working hours, like Iceland, and also the country France. They have decided to decrease the working hours to 4 days in a way. So there's some observation or maybe the experiment, and they have got the feedback that if they have the way to decrease the working time, definitely they'll get the efficient feedback from the employer. So it's a controversial issues between 2 points.
Okay, thank you. And that's it.
Okay, Renjith. So I have 3 options. for asking you the question, and let me know the part 1, part 3, or part 2. Then what would you like to answer?
I would like to go with part 3.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you the topics about business.
Okay.
In your opinion, do businesses people have to work long hours?
I don't think they need to work for long hours. Although they are sitting in top level positions, they want to look for all the activities in an organization, but they can actually schedule all those things and work towards on it. We know, for example, the CEOs of big companies are appointing private secretaries and all that. They are helping them to arrange meeting and also. Right. So I think schedule the task is one thing which makes them work more effective, as well as they can have shorten their work hours.
Okay, how do business people relax?
In my perspective, they will relax during the weekends. During the weekends, they went they went to some trips and all with their families for refreshments, and they will do all do the activities which gives them so much pleasure and all. And then again they will they recharge and they come back to work for the weekdays. So I think the refreshments and the weekend trips would definitely help them to revive all those pressure situations from their work.
Okay, let's move on to the topic of small business. Small businesses. How can a small business grow big?
Well, we know a small business should not have that much capital and all. The shareholders or the stakeholders are very less for a small business, as well as the daily operations are also that much bigger when we compare with some multinational companies. So it would, I think, in my perspective, the operations of a small business are going very smoothly if they organize and delegate the responsibilities to the different managers and their lower levels.
Okay, in your opinion, what kind of small businesses will young people have in the future?
Well, as we know, the young people are mostly addicted to doing some startup business and all. They have a vision and a goal, so they can actually try to make a startup to become their idea become a reality one. So nowadays the governments and all supporting them in terms of providing capital and adequate resources, so they can use that kind of facilities which authorities giving to them. So I think the youngsters can obviously join some startups for their initial employment, and that will give them so much experience as well as so much memories, and they can actually learn the initial work from them.
What do you think skills are required to start a small business?
Well, definitely the skills are required to start a business because obviously if they want to start a business, they should have an idea. In order to make the idea into reality, they should have some skills. For example, communication, is one among them. So if they have good communication, or they can actually deal with their customers, and they can deal with the other employees as well. So like the communication, they should have leadership skills, and the organizing skills, and all these things which is required, and it is adequate as
Okay, Renjith, this is the end of your turn, and if I give you some feedback for your performance, that will be definitely that you have used some compound sentences, but rather you didn't have used more complex sentences. So most of the performance I have observed that you have just used simple sentence. You know, there is a term that we have to use more variety sentences. And if I compare with my performance, definitely I was not organized through my performance. Rather, you have organizing more during your performance. So this is only simple observation from my side. If you have any observation to my performance, then definitely it will be.
Yeah, Humayan, thank you for your feedback. So one thing which I have noticed from your speaking is that you already said like too many points are there, but if you can provide your answers in 4 to 5 sentences, and if you can conclude, then it will be very meaningful. So that should become so attractive to the answer, and it will definitely attract the examiners.
Okay, thank you. So, Rita ma'am, what's about your observation between us?
Okay, I'll
Yeah.
give you feedback on your messenger, okay? Because we still have Soumendra, so I'll give him an opportunity to speak if he likes. Okay,
ma'am.
Soumendra,
Thank you.
I sent you there describe a mistake you have made. It's a cue card if you want to answer that.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Just give me a few seconds, okay?
Yes, sure.
Okay, should I start?
Start now, please. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to talk about a time when I forgot to prepare a presentation for our client meeting in my office. I believe that was 5 years ago. I just joined in a company, and my boss actually gave me that job, and I was prepared to do all those things, but I became very much preconsumed with some other works that my boss also had given me. So I actually forgot to do the whole thing, and I actually forgot about the meeting as well. So the next day, I remember that my boss asked me about the presentation, and I just remembered that I had to do so. So I became frantic for a few seconds. Then I realized that yeah, I still got some time to complete the presentation, and that's why I started working on that, and then I completed it within 1 hour and submitted it to the boss. And he was not that impressed, because I also told him that yeah, I forgot to prepare it, so he did not mind because I actually completed.
Okay, guys, that's about it. So let's see, maybe Soumendra can actually continue here. Okay, let me see. Ooh. Okay, calling now. Let's see. Okay. Hello, Soumendra.
Hello?
Hi, you can continue here. You can go back to the beginning if you like.
Hello? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, definitely.
Okay. You can continue here or you can go back from the very beginning if you like.
So actually, I did not even know that it was off. So I don't know where I left off. So can you tell me?
It was off already, like you were still talking. So you can say it again. You can answer again the questions if you
Okay,
like.
okay,
But if you don't like, that's
okay,
fine.
okay. So I'm going to start from the beginning if you don't mind.
Sure, I
Okay,
don't mind.
okay. So I'm going to talk about a time when I forgot to prepare a presentation for our client meeting. That was 5 years ago, I believe. And I just joined my firm, and my boss actually gave me that work, and also he gave me some other works as well. And I was be consumed with those works, and I totally forgot about that, about making that presentation. And at the day of the client meeting, my boss called me and asked me about the presentation, and I just became frantic because I just remembered about the meeting and the presentation. And what can I say? I mean, I told myself that it is all right because I still got some time for that, and I completed it in a hasty manner, and I completed it in just 1 hour. And my boss was not actually very impressed with the work because I told him that I forgot about that particular meeting and the presentation, and I had to do it in a hurry. And he acknowledged the fact that I could do it within an hour, but still he told me to be a bit more responsible because that was a new job for me, and I did not, and he told me that I did not want to set a bad example. And that actually that day I learned a lesson that I should have been much more responsible. I should think about all the things that I need to do. I should maintain a diary or some notebook for my in-hand work. So these kinds of things should have been done by me, but I forgot to do those things because I did not have any plan. I did not have any particular method to memorize my ongoing works, and that was one time that I made the mistake. And yeah, what can I say? It was a lesson
Okay.
that I learned in the hard way.
Time is up.
Okay.
Good job, Soumendra. Oh boy, I'm
Okay.
so impressed the way you. I think you remember I also commented about your speaking when you were so consistent with your tenses. You are, for example, when you are talking about the past events, you are consistent with using the past tense. For example, here in this speaking, you said forgot, completed, I got frantic, learned a lesson, and I like when you say about I should, because that's the way you should say that line when you are when the context is in the past. And you can also do a passive voice when it comes to verbs. Like you said, these kinds of things, oh no, you said done by me. So that's a passive
Yeah.
voice, you know. I when it's active, you say I've done it, but here you said done by me. So that's really good. That's very impressive. These kinds of things also you are consistent with your uh, what's the term what's the term in English? It's like with your plural, whether it's singular or plural. Because I noticed when you said these kinds of things, so these, that's already That's your demonstrative pronoun, and it's plural, these instead of these kinds. So they're gonna, they, I make a lot of mistakes when it comes to this, that I say that mistakes instead of those mistakes because I use the mistakes. So I really get impressed when one can do that consistently. So good job, Soumendra. I think you don't need some, I don't know why you are in the practice, but I'm happy to have you, but you really speak well.
Yeah, actually I'm practicing. I am actually waiting for a better performance in my writing as well because I am not sure about my writing. It's very hard to get a 7.5 or 7 or 7.5 in writing in my country. So in that manner, I'm actually waiting, and I don't want to just lose that consistency in my speaking as well while I'm preparing for my writing. So that's why I'm preparing, and also I find many mistakes in my speaking because sometimes I tend to forget the words. So that is one of my problems. So that's very frustrating in times. Okay, so that is one thing that I need to work on.
Well, talking about
And
frustrations, I've got a lot of those. I've been practicing IELTS English for a long time now, you can say. It's almost 2 years, and I've been in Canada for 14 years. I've been speaking English regularly on a regular basis, but I still make those mistakes, and it's like yeah, like you said, frustrating. It's so frustrating. I've been so frustrated of myself, with my performance. But I think I won't worry about your writings because once you can speak well, you even do better with your writing. That's my own opinion because uh, speaking is spontaneous. If you can speak well with all your grammars intact and the subject verb agreement and everything in speaking, which is spontaneous, well, obviously you can do better with your writing when you have time to correct them or you have time to think. Do you agree with
yes,
me?
yeah, I definitely do. But I don't know actually what happens with when I just give my writing exam because it's actually hard for me to cope up with the timing because sometimes in different parts of writing, I mean, I have to get the ideas right, and for that it takes a lot of time, and I sometimes find it very hard to finish it within the time limits because I complete the whole writing within the time limits, but after that I don't get the time to evaluate my own writing, and in
Oh,
that way there might be some mistakes that I actually overlook as well. So these are some problems that I have, but let's see. I'm working on it.
do you
What can I
do
say?
paper based or computer based?
No, I want to do the exam in paper based actually.
Paper based. Do you have a good writing, handwriting?
Yeah, it's intelligible. I mean, I'm not saying that I have a good handwriting, but yeah, it is intelligible because I'm not that good with the keyboard. I mean, I'm not saying I'm not good with the keyboard, but in order to give complete an essay within 40 minutes, you need to be much more faster than I am. Actually, I can type very fast, but I think I need to be faster in order to be eligible for the CBT.
Okay. All right. I haven't started my practice with writing yet because I'm stuck with listening and reading at this point. But the
Yeah.
things that I've learned from my course, I don't know if you're familiar with IELTS Advantage. I'm on VIP course. I have this
Yeah,
for
yeah.
for
Those videos, right?
Yes, and the thing that I've learned about writing, which is I think very effective, is once when you are writing, while you're writing, every sentence that you write, as soon as you are done, you put the period at the end, go back to that sentence and check. That's, I think, the
Okay.
pretty effective tip. And the reason for that is you can check right away whether you have a typo, typo when we are typing, but handwriting also we can make a typo, right? Um, yeah, like your spelling, even though you know the spelling, but you see that, oh, why did I not put s there, it's supposed to be plural, or why did I put s there, it's supposed to be singular, or there is one word that's missing that you didn't realize. So by going back every sentence, it would give you less mistakes, and or maybe like 100% correct. And then after the whole paragraph, not whole paragraph, after the whole writing from your introduction to your conclusion to the right, from the first sentence to the last sentence, you review that too after the end of everything. So you can just like read the whole thing. Yeah, that's the tip that I've learned. And another thing, I don't know, you might have known this already, that when it's writing, the writing module in IELTS, you should not write something in parentheses. You know how sometimes we write and we write something inside a parenthesis?
What was the word? I did not understand it.
Parenthesis. So there are times when we write, we put some sentence inside the parenthesis. Parenthesis. So it's for example like that. Do you see? I sent you a message.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, you should. It's a no. It's a no for the writing module.
Okay.
It's a flat
Okay.
no. So you should
So
not.
I have another question. Actually, I have another question. There's one type of question like the advantages outweigh the disadvantages, right?
Sorry?
There is one type of question actually, the advantages outweigh disadvantages,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
right?
Yes.
So in that part, the question asks, are the advantages outweigh disadvantages? So what I learned from some particular YouTube videos that I can give only one advantage and only one disadvantage and give my opinion. But they are saying plural. The question is asking plural that do the advantages outweigh the disadvantages? So do I have to give two advantages or two disadvantages, or I can also only give one advantage and one disadvantage?
Okay, what I've learned from Chris Powell, he said it's okay to give one advantage and one disadvantage. It's okay. Because he asked already an IELTS examiner like recently.
Yes.
And the examiner said, yeah, yes, it's okay. It doesn't mark you down, or it doesn't mean that your score will mark down. But he said also that, but if you feel uncomfortable about that, then write two advantages and two disadvantages, just to be on a safe side.
Yeah, but the thing is, it will make it much more complicated, right? Because then you will have to give explain those two advantages and then explain those two disadvantages and possibly give different examples as well. So it will take much more time and you will use up much more words as well.
Yes, you are right. But you know, the trick is, this is just my opinion. I never heard this from anybody. But since it's okay to give one advantage and one disadvantage, but then when you just want to be on a safe side, give two advantages and two disadvantages. So the first advantage, you give an example and explain thoroughly. And the second advantage, just write it like plain, simple. Just write it, okay, the second advantage is this. You don't have to write it in detail the way you wrote your first advantage.
Yes, that can be done because I find it actually tricky because
there's 25% marks for task achievement, and if they are asking for plural, I mean advantages and disadvantages, and I give only one advantage and one disadvantage, that might be a problem. It was my thought actually, but yeah, in multiple YouTube videos also they actually give one advantage and one disadvantage as well.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I can use your method as well. It's very good as well.
Yeah, if you want to put, or just like I said, be on the safe side, so give another advantage, but don't give a lot of details, because like you said, it will take a lot of time and everything, and giving example. But you don't have to. Just one sentence maybe, or two sentences is enough for the second advantage and second disadvantage.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so Soumendra, nice talking to you. I have to go.
Yeah,
Sadly.
thank you very much. Nice talking to you as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, talk to you later then. Bye for now.
Yeah. Okay. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Bye YouTube. All right.